Welcome to Save As Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Today, we're sharing insights that can help unlock the full potential of people in the workplace. Welcome back. It's David D'Arcangelo, another episode of Save As Ability, where we're celebrating ability here for all people. You can't have a disability without first having ability. We're positive here at Save As Ability. Help us continue to grow. Please like, comment, share, subscribe so we can keep great content flowing for you. And again, today we're sharing insights that can help unlock the full potential of people with disabilities in the workplace, in the workforce. This is a little bit of a follow-up episodes that we did. I think it was probably 5 episodes or so ago. It's a little bit of a follow-up. We got some comments, positive comments, which we like here. So about disability inclusion, and we're going to go a little bit finer points on a couple of different things. So you know how we feel. Disability inclusion in America's workforce starts with focusing on your ability and the talents that you can bring to an employer. And in exchange for that, you get compensated, and that compensation helps improve your access to opportunities, but it helps improve independence and self-determination for people with disabilities, right? So that's the focus here. We're trying. That's the way to improve the human condition. So while there's challenges, we're trying to focus. What can we do to turn those challenges into opportunities? So there really is an opportunity before us. And that is this large, untapped talent pool of people with disabilities, and all of the talents and perseverance and resilience they have in that group can really benefit employers in the United States and, by extension, by our society. It's a win-win-win. It helps the person with a disability. It helps the employer. It helps America and our whole society when it's done well. So I just looked at the numbers again. We keep going back to these, but, they've been updated. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there's about 10 million working age Americans with disabilities that are ready and able to contribute. But there is that larger number, and that's that approximately 2/3 of all working age people with disabilities are not even in the labor force. So really, we have this 2-step challenge. And most of the programs and, laws and stuff that we have set up is geared towards dealing with step 2. I assert you first need to deal with step 1, which is getting people resolved to be in the labor force. Once you're resolved to be in the labor force, we actually have some programs and strategies in step 2 that can help you get into there, but you got to first be resolved. And that's a larger policy issue that we're working on, to how do we get into that huge untapped talent pool? Because again, you can't have a disability without first having ability. We're positive here about people with all abilities here at Save As Ability. So the focus is, what can we do to bring out the creative problem solving that goes on for people with disabilities? Each day, each moment, they have to problem solve to overcome aspects, the limitations. What's that dis? That dis is the lack of disability, the lack of something, right? So it might be that one thing. And so what can we do to ameliorate that one thing? Because you've got all these other great abilities that we can bring to bear for the employee, for the employer, for society. So if we're serious about inclusion, we've got to start here, and we've got to ask ourselves, are we, or have we been approaching this the right way, the best way? What can we do? Because we're resolved to help improve Americans' outcomes here. We want to improve the human conditions and help Americans with disabilities who want to work, okay? So right now, unfortunately, there's a large part that we're missing out as a society in that group of 2/3 of all working age people with disabilities not in the labor force. There is a great invention. There is a great song. Fill in the blank. There's talents and abilities there that we want to bring out, again, for the person with a disability, for the employer, for the labor force and the economy and society and all of it. So it works together. But there's great news. There's evidence And I went back and read this study that Accenture did that revealed that companies that lead in disability inclusion see 28% higher revenue and double the net income compared to those who don't prioritize inclusion. So there's a metric right there that corporate America and all businesses really can look at and say, well, wait a minute, what is Accenture on to here? Clearly, if you do this and you do it well, there's real competitive advantages to this. So the business case is made for being inclusive of people with disabilities in your labor force. So the numbers are powerful, and they show that disability inclusion is a win, 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 and real competitive advantage when it's done well to include people with disabilities in your organization. And that can come in many ways. What are you doing to mentor people with disabilities, or about interning people with disabilities, interviewing them, making sure that your organization is using disability-owned business enterprises in your supply chain and your vendors and all of it. It's not just any one thing, it's all of it. All right. Another thing that I want to be sure to talk about, because it's really kind of central to all this, and that is reasonable accommodations. Now, we've referenced the Ask Jan data a number of times. They've continued to refine it. Others have refined it as well, that most of these reasonable accommodations that are going to be asked of employers of 15 or more, they're going to cost little to no money. Or if they do cost something, it's a nominal price to pay for talent. When you develop talent in your organization and you've invested in those people, you don't want to lose those people. It's going to cost you more money to lose those people than it is to provide some accommodation for them. So I ask employers to work through that. So again, these are just a couple of things here we're sharing as a follow-up to keep going, to let you know we're listening to you. These investments in our people in America pays off for employers, employees, and our whole society when it's done well. So these are real world examples. Don't believe me. If you need more, get in touch with us. You know how to do it. David D'Arcangelo, Save His Ability. I'm fired up as usual. Let's go. We can do it. I hope you have a great day. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.